Welcome to the tea party. So if you're like me, it might be warming up where you are. You want something that's going to be cooling and refreshing, something a little different with some seasonal fruits. And so I'm going to show you how I make my Hawthorn fruit punch. And as a special bonus, if you stay to the end, you can enter into the giveaway to win a copy of my newest book, Everyday Herbs. I'll tell you more about the book as we go along, but let me go ahead and get straight into the recipe. So for the Hawthorn fruit punch, we of course need hawthorn berry. You're going to be having some stinging nettle, hibiscus, raspberry leaf, and a little bit of citrus. Pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So you're going to need a mason jar. So the recipe is originally for a pint, but I'm going to go ahead and make a quart. I made one. And so we're going to have lots. So what you can do is if you want to make some ahead, you can put some in some ice cube trays and have the ice cubes as the actual fruit punch. Why did I call it fruit punch? I think this is a really good alternative for fruit punch. It's going to be so much more nourishing. You can really spice it up by adding in some fruit. So like some pineapples or add some cucumbers to really make it even more refreshing. And so it's just really wonderful and kids will like it. Or at least mine loved it. So always have to make much more than the recipe calls for. So let's go ahead and do it. So all we have to do is add in all of the ingredients. So using the dried hawthorn here. If you're using fresh, you can go ahead and double it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and double my recipe. All right, then we need our stinging nettle. I love the taste of stinging nettle. We also have some raspberry leaf. I think they go really well together. Have wonderful iron, other trace minerals, potassium, so wonderful. You definitely want this. You definitely want to drink this every day. So what is different about this? We're not going to be using any boiling water. We're just going to be using our own room temperature water. You can put this out in the sun if you like, or you can just stick this in the refrigerator, which is what I usually do. And so it's just going to have more of that toning kind of properties to it, which is really wonderful. And then it's going to be really refreshing when you're having it as a cold beverage. We're also going to have in our hibiscus. You need to go ahead and refill this jar. Then you can jazz it up with whatever kind of citrus you want. So this is some dehydrated. You can use fresh, of course. And if you use fresh, you just double the recipe. If you use grapefruit like I'm using, just keep in mind that grapefruit tends to be a little bit bigger than lemons, limes, or anything like that. So you might want to use a little bit less just to get it closer to the recipe. But I encourage you to really switch it up and do what you prefer. Now after we've done that, it's really simple. All we're going to do is pour our water on top. And we just really are going to fill it up. So this is going to be a really nice, strong infusion. And I like it strong. But you can also dilute it by just adding in a little bit of water. Or I like to just add lots of ice cubes. It'll eventually melt. And so I don't have another lid here. But what I would do lastly is shake it up. And this is actually only about 10 minutes old. And it's very dark in color. Very rich. Really beautiful. Very pigmented, and so it looks really wonderful if you have like nice little clear glass jars. You throw a little bit of fresh berries in there. It's really delicious, and everyone's gonna thank you for this. So a little bit about my book. It's all about everyday recipes. So I'm using the herbs that are common in most herbalists' kitchen, and then you have the variations of changing out the berries, changing out, to mints, all different types of mints, changing out the citrus. So you really can just make it your own. I have another recipe that's also one of my top favorites. This is my berry melt. So it's with hawthorn, it has clove. It's really simple, but really delicious. It's wonderful just as a boost to the digestive system and also just to get those heart healthy benefits every day. So you're really gonna love all the recipes in the book. So if you're interested in winning a copy of the book, all you have to do is check down in the description box for all the details. You can go ahead and leave a comment and they will choose a winner. Just for formalities, make sure that you're eligible by reading down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the HerbRally channel. And thank you so much for watching. And I know your family is going to enjoy all of the recipes, and may the best persons win.